Let's see here what we got going on. I hope everybody is doing well today. Okay, so we're just going to kind of do a chatting tonight. We've been super busy getting orders out the door. And in my infinite wisdom today, I wore a green shirt to work in. And the studio is green because we knock out the background. So I can't be in the studio or I'll be a floating head. And I have been working right up until the minute we went live. So you just kind of get me tonight for just for some chatting, a little bit of talking, a little bit of whatnot. So we will just kind of hang out for a little bit and see what everybody's working on and going. I do know that we should have everybody's order out the door that's still waiting by tomorrow. There are. Yeah, we got, let's see. Last Friday, we mailed out 15, I think. Yesterday, well, let's see, Saturday, some went out. I don't remember how many went out Saturday. 8 went out yesterday. Another 8 went out today. And I think we've got, I don't remember how many are left for tomorrow, but we're finishing those up this evening into the morning. So we should have everybody's orders out the door. Finally caught up. Been some long late nights, and I mean, it's our own fault. It is what it is. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure, I think you had an order. And you should have got the email on it, because I'm pretty sure yours went out. I think I saw it on the list. So, yeah, I did. Okay. I was going to say, I kind of been tracking as we went along, and I was pretty sure I saw yours on the name on the list. So, but it's been quite the experience. But we're there. I've got a new laser cutter that'll be here one day this week, I hope. They were supposed to have it ready for shipping today to be ready to be delivered here Friday. And we had arranged our own company to pick it up and everything. And our company showed up today and was told that there was nothing to pick up. And apparently they had a snafu on their side yesterday, and their shipping manager went ahead and shipped it. So my new laser cutter is somewhere between here and Florida with a shipping company. I have no idea. So they're supposed to be getting that information. So yay! Just pile on. Just keep it going. Make it keep rolling and rocking. So hi there, Elmrin. Hello. Just kind of doing a chat tonight, answering questions. We've been so busy that I don't have anything else ready, and I literally worked up to the 2 minutes before I went live. So I got the couple people that are out there helping me finish. Yes, yeah, I lucked out on the one that it ended up just being the power supply. So this giant box light, it might be. I'm not sure how that all got messed up. We've only been setting this up for a week, and they knew that. But supposedly their excuse was that their normal shipping manager was out of the office yesterday, and our printer was sitting on the dock, and whoever was doing shipping yesterday just assumed that it needed to be shipped. So he called some shipping company, and they come and got it. So, yeah, as I explained to them that I've already paid the other company for shipping, so they can work it out on their own. Hello, Cthulhu. I see that you beat your brother with building the ship. It is it's still chaos. Literally, the last stuff that we received was literally came in that we needed to finish getting our studio, our Dualcast line up. Came in like 3 days before CAVCon. It was supposed to come in the week after for us to finish up, and then with everything else that went on, it's still sitting back there on the back dock on the pallet. So once I get this little fiasco cleaned up, I'm switching gears for that. I've got to finish getting the build guide cleaned up, and that's kind of on my list starting Thursday. Because we got to finish moving stuff around over there. Because like I said, if the new laser cutter shows up on Friday, we're going to be hurting getting things moved around, because this is the new one that's coming is a big one. So yeah, it was. It actually went faster than I thought it was. I really didn't think I could build one in 6 hours. But I did. And obviously, Cthulhu got his put together, so I guess there's enough information on there to put it together. And honestly, a lot of it's pretty easy to see where it goes. There's just 2 or 3 things that get a little tricky. And make sure you get everything on the right side and point in the right direction. But at least right now, if you've got yours and you're trying to put it together, you can fast forward from section to section to section. You don't have to go through the whole 6 hours, because there's 2 or 3 spots where I messed up. So oh yeah, so check ahead, because there's a couple of spots I fixed. But when I edit it all out, it'll be okay. So just over 6 hours for me. Good. Yeah, because literally, I don't. There was a lot of stopping and looking at things. The first one I built, and it didn't even have the detail stuff on it. It was, I think, 15 hours. I think is what I had on it. The next one was in the 8-hour range. So, but now I guess I've built. That was the fourth one that I built. So. The last 2 are the complete models. They're exactly what you guys are getting. So I have one that I can start painting on. So I'm hoping I'll get some time this weekend to start on that. But like I said, I've got some more pictures. I want to take the finished one, kind of with some top and side, so you have a picture guide to go with it, and then take the pictures out of it. I am trying to also take the original build file, the 3D file that I have. It would be really good to take pictures and stuff of. The only problem is I made changes afterwards. Is the launcher stove difference going to be the straightforward? I'm not sure on that. I'm not setting it up so that you can stow the launchers. I think I haven't had a chance yet to check, but I think you can put one in there if you don't put in the little sides where the door goes on it. I think that you can put it in there. I gave it just a little bit more of wiggle room so that it would slip in there. And I didn't even think about it when I was working on that one, or I would have tried to see. But I mean, it wouldn't take a lot of work to get it where you could put it in there if you wanted to. So. Like I said, it's got two large gaps, and if you can fit those parts down in there and leave those gaps open. The only thing that's going to get in the way right now are the two little rails with the circle, the hole cut in them that holds that plate that holds the whole thing in. Make sure don't glue those in, and I think if you don't glue those in, you probably can get it in. Oh, I mean, I know I can get it in if I went to cut, and I just don't know what you have to do it yet. The reason I decided not to make it both ways is it was just going to add a lot more stuff to it that I didn't need. It didn't need to have, and I really don't like it with them stowed. I think the Badger is kind of a weird design, and when they're stowed, it really looks like the brick that it is. So. Don't worry, James. Yours is coming. Like I told everybody, as of tomorrow, I think that we'll have every U.S. order taken care of. So, and on the way. I know that we shipped another big batch today. I've got another batch ready to go tomorrow. We've got some more coming off the cutter tomorrow, and so everybody should get a shipping notification Thursday at the latest. Because if we miss some going out tomorrow, it'll be Thursday morning that they go. So we had to deal with, of all things, about we got about a half inch. 3/4 of an inch maybe of snow this morning, which was nuts. I mean, literally we went, that's just Kansas weather, but, we went from 70-degree days to snow this morning, and then, but it was gone by noon. So, did you get snow there too? I think my wife was talking to one of her sisters or something, and they thought they were going to get snow. So, but it was 50 degrees by noon and gone. So, what was the most Badgers one person ordered? I think 2 for individuals. I had a couple of retailers that ordered 4. So. But I think as far as individuals, there were a few that ordered 2, but I think that was the most that was ordered on any one order. Spaceballs won. Go for it, man. Whatever floats your. Whatever floats your boat. Also, if you are looking for some really good dad jokes, there's a video floating around of Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg doing a dad joke face-off. There's some good ones on there. If you get a chance, find that. There are definitely some dad jokes. Can we get a Mega Made version in MDF? Probably not. No, I'm spaceship-wise, this is going to be my spaceship quota for a while. So I've got to get switched over to getting some buildings and stuff done. I will, and I'll just go ahead and I will fess up at the moment. So as you start getting your Kodiaks, I know that several people have already got them. These were our first true dual cast models that were done here, and we are experienced a little bit of, oh, I don't know what the exact word is, but you will find trying to hook the legs up at the hips and putting that middle gun on, they don't fit very well. We had compression. That's what it is. We had some compression. So while the originals fit, some stuff must have got squeezed somewhere. And so just bear with it. You may have to take a knife to it a little bit and work on it, but you can get them put together. So don't curse me too much when you go to try to put one together. But I know it's got to come up here pretty soon. So the vehicles, the Mambas are fine. So yeah, it's, well, and like I said, it just didn't get caught until afterwards. So they looked fine. They looked great, and nobody really caught it. But I was putting some together the other day, and I'm like, hey, this middle gun does not fit down on the knob like it's supposed to be. So, but we already had 250 of them run, and they're all gone. So there's nothing I can do about it now, other than I'm sorry. I guess I didn't have no problem with the rear engines going on. So, and you're always going to get a little bit of that no matter what, because every one does not get cast exactly the same. You may, and that's depending on where a little flash or a little extra squeeze or something gets in there. So you're always going to have some that don't fit as tight as you want them to, but the one I had was a little tight. Yeah, it might be. And then I do know that on the Despot, the new version of the Despot, the pins on the side of the tracks didn't fit in because the hole shrunk down a little bit. But those were all done for us by the company we bought the machine off of. So we've got our own in-house masters, and we'll catch it when we actually go to production. So like I said, those were just test prints, so you just have to deal with it. Mine went together fine. The only problem I had was with the Despot. So the side tracks, the holes weren't big enough for the pegs that straightens up to put them on there. But we're gonna redo that a little different and go from there. Is the font file pinned somewhere? I can't find the copy I had saved. You mean for the different factions, like the rock font and everything like that? Did we not put that up on the let's see here, on the download section? Let's see here. Let's see here. That should get you to, there's the links down there for the fonts at the bottom. I think that'll get you. The block font has not been done yet, other than the on the Facebook page. Let's see here where we put that up. Because generally on most of those, you can go into the photos section. And they're in there somewhere. If there was a photo attached. There, that should get you to the picture of the block fonts for the A and E's. I keep going to straighten the rest of them out a little bit. I'm not crazy about the Malvern. I think the Ritter font's okay, but I'm not real crazy about the Malvern font. Ritter, I could go either way, but Malvernian is, like I said, it's the same thing we ran into with the A and E's. Is the font? These fonts are more of how they would be typing on a computer or writing them or whatever, and they don't really convert well over for military. That stencil look. So I've got to. I got started on the A and E's, and then I just couldn't get back to the others. But story of my life, more stuff to do. Day late, $1 short. My intention has always been on the downloads page is to keep trying to get that stuff linked up there, and then I forget about it. So what's next? We're trying to get the rest of the printed stuff done, and then we are switching gears to get the dual cast. Is really where we're going to be. So that's going to be we've got to have it up and in production here come next month. So that's exactly how it goes. One thing off the list and add 3 more. It's going to start getting better, now that the COVID stuff is kind of straightening out a little bit. That's going to help a little bit. That's going to let me get some help back in here. both my boys are getting ready to get off for summer, and they are able to help a lot more out here during the summer. So yeah, no, definitely start, at least have a couple of new figures every month. That's going to be great. Yeah, well, it is what it is in a year. So it's, I mean, it's going to end up, basically being like the flu shot. They've just got to get enough people not sick with it to where it won't be so bad. But that's a whole nother conversation. And then I've got more plans for the MDF, some more buildings, some other things that I want to work on. And then trying to fit in all the writing and everything in between that. And then, of course, me and James are kind of, messing with an RPG a little bit. So I just got to get ahead of the eight ball a little bit. That's, I mean, just the dual cast brings a whole new set of issues that we haven't had for a while because not everything's done in metal anymore. So, part of that is, we're having to put up a new way to store parts and everything. Not a whole lot of work and stuff like that. Tiger, I don't want to get into talking about the machines and stuff like that. We've got ways that we do things that are different than other people that I don't need the world to know about. So there's a big learning curve on this stuff, and we are way ahead of the curve on that, and I don't need to catch everybody else up. So, but yeah, the system that we are using has been. It looks like some other people are getting it in, but there are some differences between the way that they're done. So I know somebody claiming on one of their posts that the material is virtually indestructible is that's not true. I guess so. I don't know how they want to push that, but anyway, and I've got some buildings and stuff that I had already been working on and stuff like that. I've got during World War II, the Germans built what they called flak towers over there to try to fight bombers and stuff like that. And I've got my version of a flak tower that I want to do that I thought would be really cool to put out in the middle of a board, set up more as a anti-drop ship type thing. So. Well, and that's a conversation we can have privately. Like I said, I just don't need the world to know about it. So we want to try to keep a little bit of close to the vest. Hot enough fire, yeah. Well, and hence why we call it dual cast. I mean, it has properties of both plastic and resin. And one of the things with resin is that if you put enough pressure on it, it will snap. So, and this material will too. It's something you're going to have to start dealing with more so than the models that we've done so far. It's not nearly as bad as resin can be, not that brittle. And we're still playing with the formula a little bit. So, where we can have a little more give but keep the detail. But it's definitely something you're gonna have to start being more careful of. So it will be an issue. You know, yeah, no, it's again, that's just because of differences in the material. Um, there is multiple things that get mixed into it, and depending on the how much of this or how much of that you put in there, you can make it a little more bendy and everything like that. I mean, I'm surprised that it bent back. I would have thought that it would have snapped and broke. So I know that I was messing with some of the sprues that were in the Kodiak, and they snap. So again, just the way the materials mixed, we've just got to find that happy medium so that we can keep the detail but still have a little bit of give to it. Yeah, I think that oh, that's a 3D printed one there. I think I had one here somewhere somehow. Maybe not. Yeah, that's a resin one there. I don't know what I did with it. I thought I had one here. So, uh, did and you got all your stuff, didn't you, Brandon? We sent you the missing parts, so the thing that we shorted everybody because we didn't have them yet. Hopefully, everybody's figuring out how to put their little paint stands together. Um, so, and I tried. I got in some little sticky thingies to put on the bottom of them. I think that will new stuff be on sprue or in part? It just depends on how we need to cast them. Um, lots when there's lots of little parts or something like that. We'll try to keep them on a sprue. It's like the three axles for the Mamba are all on a sprue. So it just depends on the size and how many there are and things like that. Just so it makes it easier for us to handle. All right. Yeah, we got them sent out to you. So, but they're in kind of a thick envelope. So, but hopefully I'm trying to get some pictures up of the bases. I know there's some on the, if you look under the swag bags on the store page, it shows you how they're put together. But like I said, we included some sticky things to put on there for you to stick them onto. Those are actually, and those are, I'm going to list those up for sale too. So if you need some extra ones or something like that, we'll have those available here once we get caught up. So I've used them a couple of times already, and especially for me, the holding the one in my fingers works really good. Uh, I don't. Yeah, I think we've got there's some more Amethyl units that are coming that are already ready to go. Like I think there's the Hound and the Armada. Um, it's ready to go. I know the Warden Bee's ready to go. The Spatha is ready to go. Um, the Hind, yeah, the Hind's ready to go. So we'll get that ready and going. Um, I know there's a lot of them. There's a lot of deals. Uh, Yeah, I mean, they worked out really good. This one here, I really like, especially getting older. It's really easy to take the shake out of it a little bit and get it up close. So I like that. I like the handle ones for airbrushing and stuff on. So, but for what they are, I don't know. I mean, we're going to sell them for a couple of bucks. I mean, it's not like they're going to be super expensive or anything like that. So they're easy to make, easy to put together. I think Reaper is wanting me to cut them up some too to test out. I think I'm going to try to do some in acrylic too. I thought it'd be kind of fun to do some acrylic ones. And you got the base. Good to go. Yeah, I was going to say, everybody that we shorted bases, those all went out last week. So there were some orders that we sent without them just because we didn't have enough of them. So acrylic tokens, I'm still kind of playing with the tokens. I think there's 3 or 4 ways to skin that cat, and I don't know that acrylic will be the final version. Because that will make, anything in acrylic, the level of cost goes up. And I think that there's some other things I want to look at first. But yeah, we're going to have some tokens. I am planning on we've got the final designs done. So I was going to colorize them a little bit and put those up so you can at least print them out or whatever. Yeah, MDF would work out good. One of the things that I'm looking at is either mat board or MDF, and maybe be able to have them printed as stickers, and you put the stickers on the top. Might be kind of cool. I don't know. I'm still playing with them, so. We could, if I can find some way to print that, and stickers have got dirt cheap. So, if I could we could literally even, if we could have a sheet all printed out with stickers, we could put that whole sheet on MDF or mat board and actually cut them out with the laser at one time too. So, there's lots of cool things that we can do with them. I just, I think that you can get as fancy as you want with tokens, but I think that cost-wise, to keep them, legitimately to the level that they need to be. I mean, it's like what Litco or whatever did their version of our tokens, and they're charging $40 for a set of them, and they're really. They're enough for probably one guy. It's not a whole lot there for people to share. So that's nuts having to pay $40 for a set of tokens that I don't think are that cool. So I think ours are much cooler, design wise, shape wise. I mean, how can you have anything better than a duck with a target on it? I understand that. If they look good, then you paid more for tokens. But the average gamer, I don't think, wants to pay $40 for a set of tokens. And I don't want you to spend $40 for a set of tokens. I think it's silly to spend $40 for a set of tokens. But if I can find a middle ground where they're nice looking and functional and work and keep it on a better price point, that's where I'm at. So I'm sure you can find somebody out there to cast them in gold for you, James. $40 for enough for 4 people, yes. But like I said, $40 for a set for one person is not good. I would like to get a token set, somewhere in the $20 area. Yeah, yeah, really. $40 for tokens or the left half of a badger. Yeah. And just an FYI, if you have not ordered a badger yet, once we get caught up and done, we may be upping the price on those a little bit, mainly because of we didn't take into account the weight, so the shipping is going out pretty high on these things. So I don't think it'll be a huge increase, and we may not. I've got to go back and figure some things. So FYI, if you haven't ordered your ship yet and you want to get it for the $80 price, you might ought to get on that. So. And part of that is, originally I figured that the drop ship would be in the $100 range. I think when we originally started talking about it and bringing it up on the show, I think I told everybody that it was going to be around $100. So I don't know that it'll go up that high, but just be forewarned that we may have a price increase on it once we get it into regular production. It wasn't such a big deal during the CAVCon orders and everything because people ordered so much stuff. So it just kind of worked into the deal. But with us offering the way that we do things and stuff like that, it may not work in the long term. But we'll see. It's hard. There's nothing out there to really compare it to get a good idea of the where it ought to be price wise in comparison to everything. And right, and that's what it was. I mean, and it may stay that price. I don't know. It's just I've got to go back and look at it afterwards. So, but I know. I mean, it weighs 5 pounds. That's what I don't know what the finished model ends up weighing out at, but and how long is it? How big a ship is it? Because I saw lots of 28 millimeter ships, but they were 8 or 9 inches long. They weren't 18 inches long. It'd be interesting to see. So. I've been amazed looking at all the stuff that they're. The guy that had, well, yeah. See, he had right, and I saw that ship. I think he called it a Star Fury or something like that, and it has as many parts as the Badger, but it's not the same size. Uh, his Star Fury is not as big as the Badger, and I think he was selling that kit for $75 or $85. So yeah, it's a nice kit. It's got a lot of cool parts if you can find one anymore. Because I had one. He come over and gave me one at NashCon back in 2019. We were talking about him. And it's got a crap load of parts. He really got really detailed with a lot of the way that you put the engines and stuff together, but it's not as big a ship. and he was selling his for, I think it was either $75 or $85. I tried to, and I kind of looked at some of the TT Combat stuff. They're doing some big building kits that are pretty big size and stuff like that. Um, but and they're, of course, you're paying in pounds sterling, so you basically double the price. So they're getting 50 and 60 pounds for a kit. So that'd be $120 USD. So without the shipping, you figure shipping in from England, and it gets really expensive. Oh, there's lots of MDF kits out there. It's a really cool deal because it's a I mean, you learn how to use it. You can really make some really cool things for it. So, and especially if you can use it in conjunction with some 3D printed parts. The printing out the missile parts to put in the Badger. It really makes a big difference in the way that looks, and it definitely when it's painted, it'll turn out pretty cool. So, and there's the what is it? Oh, what does he call himself? There's a guy that does a bunch of stuff here in the U.S. that for all kinds of different things. But he's got a lot of cool stuff. So he's got a lot of modern stuff that he's done. Lots of road kits and stuff like that. The biggest thing you have to watch with MDF is if you have big parts that are flat. You have to watch. You have to worry about them. No, it's games. Gamecraft. I think is what he is his name. But he's got a lot of stuff out there. But he's gone up in price. When he very first started out, his stuff was dirt cheap. I got some road kits, some acrylic road kits off of him way back when. But last time I looked at some of his stuff, it was getting pretty high dollar. Went to his head, I guess. Doesn't it always? Oh, let's see what else we got going on here. But no, like I said, once I get off the schedule with getting caught up with the Badgers, um, pretty much dual cast is next up on my list. But also, trying to get back into writing. And um, speaking of James, they sent me the link today for the preview copy for Twilight 2000. So remind me to get that to you so you can look at it if you're still here. Yeah, no, I know we do. Once I get ahead of the eight ball here a little bit, like I said, once I get the dual cast and get some of the other writing and stuff out of the way, the instructions for the Badger. Oh. Yeah, probably sometime in May. So would work. Yeah, Gamecraft. That's what I said. And then, like I said, once I get past the Badger for a bit, I want to start looking at doing, another one for Amazon. Yeah, I'm not trying to snap in. It's been a long day, so I spend too much time talking to myself all day. It's something to look at. It's something that we're talking about to see if we can make it work. But yeah, the broadsword is definitely one I still want to get to, and then like I said, we've got the Amethyl one that we still need to come up with a design for it. So designing from scratch, thinking of MDF, I think I can come up with a pretty good one for it. Well, it's coming one way or the other. Either we're going to figure out a way to 3D print them or be able to do them in dual cast if we can figure out how to do the hull body. I mean, if we can figure out a way to get 500 broadswords pre-ordered, I can do them in plastic. But I need a 500 run of them to make it work. I thought it would be kind of cool, to put in on maybe I'll do it on on that one is have the ability to have a space fighter that you can launch out of it or something like that. I think didn't they on the Union class drop ship in BattleTech? Didn't they have it where it carried two aerospace fighters or something with their own launch doors? I think I remember those being that way. Oh, hopefully I don't fall asleep on you. Oh, it's the longest I've sat down all day. So, yeah, I mean, it would be kind of cool to have, maybe a launch door or something like that if they could carry one with them. Yeah, the I've got the preliminary for the Eagle done. I didn't like how the front nose section turned out, so I've got the artist tweaking those a little bit. Make the drone thingy and dual cast. I don't even know that has to be a drone. I think it'd just be cool to have like I mean, you could have. I mean, Kraken bees are space capable, so you could have those going along with your rock with the Badger. Little air cover, space cover. have it where it docks on to one of the doors or something like that. 5 crossbows mounted on my broadsword. Yeah. I don't, and maybe. I mean, the minute we get into doing an MDF kit with dual cast parts, your price is going to exponentially go up. So, of course, if you don't have access to a 3D printer, it is what it is. But yeah, because you're just taught, you get into a whole nother level of stuff. So that was what was the cool part about doing the missile pods and just putting the 3D file out there for them, because if we, there's be another 36 parts that we'd have to deal with to add to the kit. I mean, that right there probably would have added another $10 minimum to the kit. All right, so we are getting about to the end of the show today. Any last minute questions anybody wants to try to squeeze in? I'm going to go out. I've got just a little bit more stuff to do tonight, and then I get to go home. Be ready to hit it again tomorrow. So at least I don't have to stay out here till midnight tonight. It's too bad we can't, I just can't feed a stack of stuff into the cutter and then come in the morning and, oh, there it is. So at least with the new bigger laser cutter, a lot more of it will get cut faster at the same time. Right now, my days revolve around 30 minutes. Well, about 20, 25 minutes. That's about how long it takes to have to refeed the machine with new materials. So I get it started, and then 25 minutes later come back and hit it again. So all day long, every 25 minutes. It's like Groundhog Day. Groundhog 25 or a half hour. I've got my phone set on a 25-minute timer. And hit it and go. All right. Well, yeah, that's pretty much what it is. It's you just keep it rotating, you keep it going. So, all right, guys. Well, I'm going to call it a night. Thanks for hanging around, and we will. Me and James will be back tomorrow night for CAVHQ Live. Hopefully, we'll have a little better stuff to talk about. So we can we'll go from there. So I not sure what Chris designed last Saturday, so I don't know where that was going with that, but that was no. I think he had an idea in his mind he wanted to work with, but that's no Cav Mini, just in case anybody goes. So, but like I said, yes, if you have not got a notification for your order that you got an order in, you should be getting that tomorrow, no later than Thursday. Because like I said, everything will be packaged and ready to go tomorrow. It just depends on what time it hits. In our small town, we are very dictated by their pickup times. If you miss it, you're out. So, all right. So, good night, folks, and I will see you tomorrow night. So, take care and be safe.